What's up, guys? So today I'm bringing you along. We're going to do a little bit of fabrication work. I'm going to actually just do a overview while I'm doing some work. I'm going to let it record for a little while, let you see what I'm doing, a couple little tips and tricks that I'm doing as I'm cutting the panels that I'm adding on for decoration / dimension. So let's go check out and see what we're doing. So I've already got started here. You can see I have this hole cut out. I actually used my router to get that out of there. And the way that I did that is I drew my pattern on this side here. And I double sticky taped some pieces on here. So then with these pieces, you can see right here some double sticky tape still on there. I made my straight edges with those pieces, and then I came through, drilled my 4 holes first, double sticky taped those pieces on in configuration so they laid out exactly how I wanted my hole. Flipped this piece over then, and then I plunged my router down through with flush bit and just routed it out. Super simple process. I'll have to do it when I do this cutout, so I'll have you guys along for that process. But yeah, just wanted to give you a quick view on how I did, or rundown, so to say, on how I did the cutout before I get you set up and have you follow along.
So during this segment, I'm going through and explaining what I'm doing, showing you my templates, how I'm getting all my cutouts, how I got my design, so on and so forth with making these whole side panels. Unfortunately, my mic did not pick up everything that I was explaining as I was explaining it, but you can kind of, if you just follow along, you can kind of see and understand exactly what I'm trying to say and show you in this video. I did speed all of this up to just try and get through this because the audio was messed up. So if you just stick along, watch what's going on, you'll see the final product here at the end of the video. Also, pay no attention to the timestamp on the video. My GoPro, for some reason, the date is way out of whack, so I'm going to have to go through my settings and get that taken care of as well. But this was just a week ago or so when I was doing all of this work, so it's not up to date is all I'm getting at. Thanks.
Okay, so I have my basic shape all cut out, sanded out. I'm pretty happy with the fitment. It is almost 100% perfect. There's just a slight imperfection here where it's just a little bit close. I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's not going to be noticeable once I get done with everything else. So there's my overall shape. My cutouts, I'm going to go ahead and start doing the chamfered edges, the rabbeting on the back side, the small round over on this. This will have a slight round over as well on the inside of here, chamfered all the way around the outside edge, and then on the back side of everything will all be routed to accept fabric. That one will be routed to accept the fabric that wraps over this piece, and then the interior panel piece that goes up inside of that. So actually it'll have this same design, just to get a quick idea of what's going on here. That panel will be made out of 1/4 inch MDF. That's going to come in from the back side. This will be wrapped in a fabric. This will be wrapped in a fabric. So that'll push itself in and hold itself in the position. And then this whole panel will then attach to the side of the sub-enclosure / center console. So let me get a little bit more work done and I'll come back. Okay, so just a quick overview. Front side I have not touched yet, but I did do my rabbeting on the back side. So you can see I did a 1/16 inch here for my fabric to go all the way around. I did just a little over a 1/4 inch here, so that way I can get my plexiglass in here to sit flush with this, as well as having the fabric come in and wrapped around here. And then I did the same thing here. My inlay piece is going to be 1/4 inch, but I only went 3/16 on here because I will be doing this same thing on the face of my inlay piece, as well as this little bit that'll be on the back side of it. So that way I can actually press my inlay piece into here when they are both wrapped in fabric. Everything will sit flush and it will sit tight in there. There will be no movement, it won't rattle, it won't shimmy, shake, none of that. So the back side has all of its cutouts and is pretty much ready. I'm going to just take sandpaper and just hit all of these edges. Again, it's only to protect the wood. It's not because I need to do it for any other reason. So with that being said, I have my chamfer bit on the router. I'm going to start working on the outside, and as soon as I get that done, I'll be right back. Okay, so one thing I wanted to note real quick, when you're doing this, you can see I have a lot left here, and I plan on bringing it down pretty far, close to the edge. But when you do this, you want to take steps. You don't want to just jump in and dive right into the max depth that you think that you want, for a couple of reasons. One is because if you do that and now you're not happy, you decide it's too much, you don't like it, well, you can't go back. You have to start all over again, and that process is very time consuming, so you've wasted a whole bunch of time then. For two, if you do that, you can also chip it. It's not very common that you will chip it, but there is the possibility of it happening. So just take an extra step. It's only an extra minute or two. You know, in a piece this size, it took me maybe a minute to route this whole thing out. But if you do that, you take your time, you do it correctly, stepping it in one at a time, you will be a bit happier with the final outcome. So I just wanted to take a quick second and point that out to you. Alright guys, so here's just a quick view of what I have so far with it in here. I do have more stuff that's happening up here. I've already got a switch panel made and cut out for all my switches. So it'll be that row of 4 that's up here in the dash right there right now. That's gonna go in there, as well as another row. Now I need to go on to my next piece, and I will have to cut my piece of plexi or Lexan, depending on what brand I get, to go in here and cover that, and my insert to go inside there. I'm super happy with how it's coming out so far. You can see I've got the chamfered edge up here. You can see I've got a slight round over right there, and I've got a slight round over around there as well. So when this is all done, I might lightly tint this piece of plexi that goes right there, so it's not 100% perfectly see-through, just because I think with what I'm doing on the inside, that will accent it better. But that's to be determined when I get to that point. So I just wanted to give you guys an update as to where I am so far, and I will bring you back when I get a little bit further.